All right, let's talk about LinkedIn. Today, we're going to take your profile from just being an online resume and turn it into this powerhouse for finding opportunities. You ready? Let's get into it. So, first things first, let's just wrap our heads around the sheer size of this thing. LinkedIn isn't just some website, It's a massive, bustling digital city with over 1 billion members. 1 billion. That's a huge audience, but it also means there's a ton of noise. The real challenge is, how do you stand out? You've definitely seen this, right? Some people's profiles just seem to be everywhere. They pop up in your feed, their posts are full of comments and likes, while yours, well, it might feel like it's collecting digital dust. It's super frustrating, and that's exactly the problem we're going to fix today. So you might be thinking, oh, it's because they have some fancy job title or a cabinet full of awards. And sure, that stuff helps. But the real secret, the key to unlocking visibility on LinkedIn, it's actually technical. See, just like Google, LinkedIn is a search engine, and it has its own rulebook. And that leads us right into the core idea of this whole explainer, LinkedIn SEO. Yeah, you heard that right, SEO. If you want to win on this platform, you've got to learn to play by its rules. You have to understand how its search algorithm thinks. So what is LinkedIn SEO? Well, to put it simply, it's all about tweaking and optimizing your profile and your activity so that the right people find you. We're talking recruiters, potential clients, future business partners. It's about making sure you actually show up when they're searching. So this is basically the algorithm's cheat sheet. This is what it cares about. And look, it's way more than just stuffing keywords everywhere. LinkedIn is looking at the big picture. Is your profile totally filled out to what they call all-star status? Are you actually using the platform? Posting, commenting, sharing things. And maybe most importantly, are you building a real network with genuine engagement? The system is designed to reward people who are actually contributing to the community. Okay, so let's start with the foundation. The absolute first step is your profile. I want you to think of it like your own personal digital billboard. It's the static part of your brand. It's always on, and it needs to be perfectly polished before you do anything else. And getting to that all-star status, that coveted level, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Really, it boils down to these 4 main steps. Get these right, and you'll have a complete, compelling snapshot of who you are professionally. Let's break them down. Okay, listen up because your headline it's arguably the single most important piece of text on your entire profile. It's your first impression, but it's also a goldmine for SEO. The big mistake people make is just putting their job title. Don't just say you're a manager. Tell people what you do and, more importantly, who you help. And here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Look at the weak headline, Marketing Manager. I mean, what does that even mean? It's so vague. But now look at the strong one. It is packed with valuable keywords: B2B, content marketing, SaaS, SEO, content strategy. A recruiter or a potential client sees that and instantly knows the exact value you can bring to them. Now, beyond the headline, every little piece of your profile matters. A professional photo? That's non-negotiable. It builds trust right away. And that background photo? Don't waste it. Use it like a real billboard for your brand or your value proposition. And as you're writing your about and experience sections, remember to weave those keywords in naturally. And please always end your about section with a clear call to action. Tell people what you want them to do next. Oh, and here's a super quick win for you. Customize your public URL. Seriously. Instead of that messy default URL with all the numbers, change it to your name or maybe your name plus a key skill. It just looks so much cleaner and more professional, and it's one more little signal you're sending to those search algorithms. All right, your digital billboard is up, it's polished, it looks fantastic. But a billboard on a deserted road doesn't do much good, right? A static profile is only half the story. To really get seen, you need to create some buzz, some activity. And that brings us to your content and conversation strategy. And this is a really, really important point. The LinkedIn algorithm absolutely loves activity. A perfect profile is step 1, but if you just let it sit there, you're still basically invisible. When you post, when you comment, when you engage with people, you're sending a direct signal to the algorithm that says, hey, I'm an active member of this community. And that directly boosts your visibility. It's that simple. And when it comes to creating content, you've got tons of options. You can write simple text posts, you can share PDFs or documents, you can run polls. But here's a pro tip: pay extra attention to native video. Right now, the algorithm tends to give it a little extra love because, well, it keeps people on the platform longer. So as you start posting, keep these best practices in your back pocket. First, be consistent. You don't have to post every single day, but try to aim for 1 to 3 times a week. Always use a strong hook in that first line to grab people's attention. And remember, engagement is a two-way street. I'm telling you, leaving thoughtful, meaningful comments on other people's posts is one of these single most powerful ways to get new eyeballs on your own profile. So you've done the work. You've optimized your profile from top to bottom. You're posting and engaging consistently. So what's the big payoff? What do you get for all this effort? Well, this is where it all comes together. It really comes down to this simple but incredibly powerful equation. More visibility equals more opportunities, period. When the right people can actually find you, doors just start to open. Whether that's a new job, a new client, or an exciting new partnership, it all starts with being seen. And the benefits go way beyond just getting a few more profile views. When you follow these steps, you're actively crafting your professional brand. You're not just networking, you're positioning yourself as an authority in your field. You're making sure that when that perfect job or ideal client search happens, you're the one who shows up at the top of the list. And so, that leaves us with this one last and I think really crucial question. It's the ultimate test of your LinkedIn presence. If someone, right now, were to search for an expert in your field, would they find you? After what we've just gone over, you now have the blueprint to make sure the answer to that question is a loud, clear yes.